This is the sixth executive axiom that I wanted to touch on, and I've called this one after much gnashing of teeth. Stay in discovery mode. And really, what I'm communicating here is I don't really get involved in soft skills. I teach hard skills for executives, how to innovate, how to um, do business transformation, all things that are concrete that can lead to either additional revenue or finding ways to reduce expenses, increasing profit. Um, but many executives that I work with, uh, I find them wanting to dictate things. And, you know, what happens when you start to dictate is it shuts down things like dissent, challenges to what you're thinking it may be, um, ideas, and triggers emotional responses, and not necessarily why you're there, but usually after you're gone. Um, and this is something that breaks communications apart, which is important, at least in my method. Um, so, questions from executives when they're using my method, uh, they can be intimidating. They can be taken as accusatory, and they create fear amongst people on the front line, especially with executives that are in large organizations, which I mostly have worked with over the years. And, they don't see the executives, they know who they are. They could probably uh, pick them out in a lineup, but they don't see them on a regular basis. There's not a lot of interaction between people on, let's say, the front line and where executives reside. So, you know, part of my system is having executives listening to interactions between customers and their organization. And that means that's going to put you on the front line with people that may be answering phones, they may be visiting customers in one fashion or another. And, you know, it can be uncomfortable if you're not used to doing this. And, a strong recommendation, whether you use my system or not, spend some time there listening to interactions between customers and your organization. Um, but when our executives in my system, when they arrive at the front line, there is a lot of fear, and especially at the beginning. If they've never interacted before, there's just kind of that awkward, uncomfortable moment between a frontline person answering phone calls, let's say, and an executive's, and it can be very intimidating for the people that are on the phone. But if you show up often, this subsides, right? Because, and you should, that you should be seen and interested, and there, especially where your customers are coming and interacting with your organization. Um, but it only really works when you are in a discovery process, or some people like to use the word learning processes, which is what I recommend. If if an executive is in the mode of constantly discovering and learning, people, it's a great mindset, first of all, for executives, especially when they're using my method. But it also works in all types of situations. Matter of fact, I sat down. I was thinking, when wouldn't I use this? Um, if people know that you are always in discovery mode, even when something goes wrong, I mean, that's really what you're trying to do. Okay, well, I'm in discovery. What went wrong? And you leave emotion out of it. It really helps settle settle things down and allow people to open up and get you know help you get to what you collectively need to know, and so they can they open up when you're in that discovery learning mode on a constant basis, and eventually, it will help people within the organization. Once they know that's your personality, they'll bring things to you rather than hide them because out of fear. And so, you know, try and think and remember that one of the best states that you can be in is in the you know is to stay in this discovery mode. So that's what I wanted to cover this week. And remember, there is always a better way.